Cardinals are their defense, the passing defense hasn't been as strong as it was last year, but the run defense is still a strength. What do you see up front?
I disagree with your first statement, but you can.
Okay. I mean, in terms of numbers.
Yeah, that's because teams, when you look at just numbers, it doesn't make sense. What are you going to do when the Cardinals are up? You're going to throw the ball on them, so they're going to give up more passing yards. So what do you do when you're up on offense? You run the ball more. I mean, when you just look at statistics and say, this isn't that good, I disagree with that statement. I think their defense is outstanding. It's just the Cardinals' offense is so good. They've been up in almost every game they played, so people at the end of the game have to throw the ball more than they have to run the ball. So
Peterson's been hard on himself in terms of how he's performing.
He looks good to me on film, so doesn't Cromartie. I think they got two outstanding corners and a real good football team. They got a great pass rush. I think Dan Williams inside does a really good job. Okafor and Acho on the outside create a lot of pressure. If Khalees Campbell is back, he's one of the top defensive linemen in the league. So there's a reason that team's got the record that they have. I think they have they're outstanding in all phases. There's not a weakness there when you're looking at them.
In the offseason, when you talked about beating man coverage, I remember you mentioned Patrick Peterson. What separates him from some of the other corners in the league?
I just think his size. You know, he's 6'1", 219 pounds playing corner. You know, and he's got breakaway speed. He's been an outstanding returner in this league. They've actually used him on offense at times. I think, you know, that combination of athleticism with that size is pretty difficult to replicate. I don't think there's many people that are as big as him. And then they went out and got Cromartie, who's 6'2", another tall, long corner, just two real big physical corners out there that do a great job in press coverage. So,
what do you see from their defense? Why they're so good against the run? And I think
I just think again it's the personnel they have. Now, obviously, Todd does a great job with their scheme. I think that their scheme's somewhat unique in terms of getting in and out of fronts. They run a lot of different looks on the defensive side of the ball, so they can confuse you a little bit. But also, they've got some really, really good football players on the defensive side of the ball.